So how was it filming the movie The Wrestler?
Crazy. Had a lot of involvement in it. I'm probably in like 3 or 4 different scenes that people get to see on camera. There's a lot of scenes that were actually deleted that you don't see, that we filmed for months and months and months and months and months.
No.
The great part about it was some of my mentors and people who've helped me in this business, Afawal Samoan literally got me in. And then once I got in, CZW got in, it was kind of a snowball effect. And then where Necro Butcher got his role against Randy the Ram, and we did the big CZW arena match, the hardcore death match, and a lot of that. It was a great experience. Plus, a lot of the guys that were on there, like what people don't see, is like Randy the Ram's walking in, and he's walking into the Jersey All Pro show. I'm the guy in the ring. So that was actually a live show that they just filmed something as the show was going on. They just like, we have this idea, and they used it. And you know, there's some weird things like when Randy the Ram grabs the chair and he hits the chair on his head. That's actually me taking a chair shot. And Lloyd, who's one of the Samoans, actually blows a chair over my head, which they recorded a soundbite. Or like, I will never forget this day. I'm the only hardcore wrestler there, so of course I have gigs, blades that they cut yourself with. So, see, kayfabe's dead. And literally, I remember Alpha going, "Son, please show Mr. Rock how to cut. Cut pops," and he's like, "Oh, you know, just." I was like, okay, so I'm back there showing Mickey Rourke, you know, with Tommy Rodden, as you know him in the movie, but his real name's Tommy Suede is his wrestling name. Showing him, here's how you make a gig, here's how you do that. Like, Mickey actually, like, that blood you saw was real blood. He actually really, you know, and he watched me do it. And it was just amazing. Those guys, they came to Cage of Death 9, it was a big wrestling show. I don't know if fans know about CZW down here, or wherever this Q&A goes, but it literally blew up, and like them, Darren Aronofsky was there, all the stunt guys. It's great for me because like myself, David Starr actually too, and a couple other guys that are involved in the movies still work for them. Like I do stunts from time to time. I've been in a bunch of different movies that are like mostly B stuff, but like, hey, you know, I gotta pay the bills.
Now, if they made a movie about you, what actor could play you, and what would the title be called?
Let's see, what would the title be? That's a tough one. The title would probably be called "How to Make One Mistake and Ruin Your Life." Literally, the story of my life, why I don't work for World Wrestling Entertainment, why I'm in professional wrestling, is I made one bad choice and it turned me into what I am today. Because you know I knew better and didn't do it. Like that little thing I told about professional wrestlers earlier, where I said the first rule is to keep your ears and eyes open and your mouth shut. There's a reason why I don't work for World Wrestling Entertainment, and at one point I did. Right? There's a reason why I'm not there. That's the first rule of wrestling. I didn't follow it. Okay, and I know better. I taught people that. Okay, and I screwed up. All right, so you'll learn those things. Who would play me? Jesus Christ, I have no clue. Well, somebody who's hated.
If they had somebody that kind of resembled your style, you kind of look like Quentin Tarantino in the face.
Well, depends on how hairy.
I mean, if Quentin Tarantino, I can see him directing because he makes really off the wall, like out of nowhere.
I have a very
films.
I have a very unique story where I'm known for being the ultra violent guy because that's kind of what CZW is so big. I mean, it's the #2 independent right now. And everybody knows about it, and they just know Cage of Death, crazy, blah 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 blah. But they don't see all the other things. Like look at the guys that we've made that are at WWE, or at that have been in Impact, or have really become the standouts of professional wrestling. I mean, right now, the top independent wrestler is Adam Cole. Wonder who trained that guy. Wonder where he came from. Wonder what company made him a star.
CZW.
And then Ring of Honor goes, here's a lot of money. And we have me running this, and I'm an indie wrestler. Ring of Honor is owned by a television company. Fox. Millions of dollars. Okay? And I'm struggling to pay the mortgage some night. But I'm happy. I got paid today. So my envelope with my pay is right there. Okay? See, it says DJ in the corner. All right? And I can go home and eat. So I'm happy. Right?
And pay the tolls.
I have a way around the tools. All right? Smart.
Easy pass.
No, we don't use the easy pass. I make David start off. Pay your dues, kid. Pay your dues. 13 years. But that's what it is. I would love to see a lot of things. I'd love to see a lot of. I have a very unique story, which is really not out there. It is a little bit. Like I've been to jail. I was an All-American football player.
What school?
Penn State.
Penn State?
High school or?
No, I mean college. We'll be.
Tore my MCL and ACL and 13 other ligaments my second day of practice. Never even made it to 1 day of class. I had 9 surgeries on my right leg. On top of, it's why I don't do overhead moves like press slams or anything. I can't physically do it. I can't move my left hand behind my head or put it up to that point because I have 7 screws in the shoulder. No cartilage, none of this from wrestling. But you know what? I was a 4-year All-State football player. I used to look like David Starr while I was rippling and stuff in high school. And then I got hurt, sat in a wheelchair for a year. I was 446 pounds, 280 now. And I'm actually heavy for what I am normally because I was down to about 260, 265. And sexy people walking through the armory. And then, when you sit in a wheelchair, got out in the real world. As I said, I went to jail. Moved in with a girl, did something stupid, walked in the middle of something I shouldn't have seen, threw a guy through a 3-story window and assaulted 3 cops. It's a pretty bad thing. Short version.
Oh, it would make a good movie.
It would make a good movie. And then you get into the world of professional wrestling and, working for World Wrestling Entertainment. I've worked for every major independent there is except for PWG, which they won't book me because I'm the owner of CZW. Or Danny doesn't like me or I don't know the right person or whatever because I talk to him. Hey, I'm rambling.
But I don't know. If there was an actor, or someone, it would have to be somebody that's big and action.
Tom Hanks. Tom Hanks is awesome. I'd love to see him try to wrestle. like big. He'd be playing the piano and stuff. Actually, he'd be Sammy Callahan because Sammy's one of my best friends.
I don't know. I'm really bad with cats.
I'd have to think about that. That would be really
Vince Vaughn? No.
Vince Vaughn? No, he's terrible at acting. It'd have to be somebody that can play a real good heel.
The Rock. Dwayne Johnson. Dwayne, I miss you. It's been to you.
Christian Bale.
We'll come on.
With muscle?
Anyway, on to the next.
I know you always played a heel. Have you ever been the face character?
Oh, actually, I play face in a lot of places. At one point in Maryland, actually, since we're in Maryland and I'm playing Maryland, I was probably the biggest babyface in the state. When I was the EWA champion, I was a champion in MCW at one point. There wasn't I'm a 5-time EWA champion. I literally, me and the Bruiser, at one point drew the biggest houses EWA's ever had. Guys like Ryan McBride, who made their name down here, even with Adam Cole, Christian Yorks, and Joey Matthews, and all those guys, they really, they helped me, and I literally blew up. I was a babyface. I'm just a very unlikable person most of the time. I pretty much don't like things, so it's kind of natural for me to be a heel. I know how to piss people off.
So
he's a clipboard.
Yeah.
He had questions.
No,
but...
I typed up a question, but no, just make it now.
He's making them on the fly.
I'm trying to be more professional.
Well, then we can work on it. I can make some advice. Tips from the DJ.
So where can we find out more information on DJ Hyde?
You can email me, which is usually the best way to ask me a question, at djhyde@czwrestling.com. DJ Hyde _1, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. I have all those cool things. I really don't do much on them because I'm really pretty busy, tied up with watching wrestling. The best place to see me is at a show. All my show info, everything will always be on my Facebooks and Twitter. I always put that stuff out there. But here at AWL or CZW or Wrestling Cares or NYWC, I wrestle all over the place. Germany, it really depends on you. The best place to catch me and where my heart obviously is Combat Zone Wrestling.
And that's in?
We run all over the country.
Oh.
But our home currently is in Voorhees, New Jersey. It's about an hour and a half from where we currently live. So it's not
yeah.
Cage of Death.
I won't be at the next CZW. I'll be at the Cage of Death.
Everybody
with friends of mine.
Everybody's at Cage of Death.
I'll be saying Barry Kramer, David Ace Livingston will be inviting me to my first CZW show, which I've always wanted to go to because I love hardcore wrestling.
If you love hardcore wrestling, I have DVDs.
I have 2 DVDs at home.
Okay.
They're waiting for you.
Alright.
Me?
Yeah.
Alright.
Okay.
Alright.
They're waiting for me. I'm important all of a sudden.
Alright.
So this concludes Indie Wrestling Q&A. Check me out on Facebook.com, Indie Wrestling QA.